In this video we're going to run through the installation of Advanced Insights version 2. If you're familiar with any of our version 1 installation routines, then some of this is unchanged, but we have made quite a few modifications to the way that the tool installs and also to the way that the tool functions. On this server I have no previous installation of anything, so it's going to first of all need to install IIS. So if we don't have IIS already installed on the server that we want to put Advanced Insights on, then the installer will detect that and it'll run through that installation. Okay, so that took about 60 seconds to install IIS, and then it moved on to the prereqs wizard. We have a bunch of prerequisites. Most of these are really small and they're all bundled in the installer, so it won't take long for them to install. I already have a copy of the ODBC driver installed, so it'll allow me to skip that. The course module, IIS URL rewrite module, and the .NET Core hosting bundles need to be installed. If you're doing an upgrade from a previous version of Advanced Insights, then you'll also need to upgrade this hosting bundle, which it will do for you. So I'll just click next on these and let the prerequisite installations run through. Okay, so that just took about 40 seconds. So I'll agree to the licensing T's and C's and accept the default installation directory in this instance. So this is where you will see some new stuff if you have installed Advanced Insights before. We have completely changed the way that we're going to handle certificate selection. So what is going to happen now is we're going to show you a list of all the certificates which are available on this machine, and then when you pick an individual cert, we'll tell you whether it is suitable for use with Advanced Insights or not, and if it's not, we'll show you the reason why that would be. So you can see these ones all look good. This particular certificate is not appropriate because it doesn't have server authentication, and it also doesn't have the TLS level sorted. So hopefully this will make it a lot easier to select the correct cert. So I've just refreshed my certificate list here, and I've added a certificate down the bottom, and this will allow me to set a custom CNAME for the site. So what's going to happen when we click on the Set CNAME button is it's going to automatically pull out what it thinks is going to be the relevant CNAME for this particular certificate. So if this matches what I want to alias the site to, then I can click on Set CNAME and Alias. You'll now see that this interface says that everything is good, and I can click on Next. So if you want to use a alternate name for the site rather than just using the host name, then using a combination of the correct certificate and the Set CNAME Alias buttons, we can now do that. The rest of this is then fairly straightforward. I give it the name of my SQL server, so I'm using a copy of SQL Express that's local to this machine. You can see that everything completes successfully there. If you don't have the relevant rights, then what you will see is a description in here of what rights you're missing. So maybe you don't have the create database right, for example, so it will both list out what you need to remedy in order to be able to move forward. I can click Next. So one of the other things that we have changed in this version of Advanced Insights is we've reduced the number of websites that we are hosting. There were 4 under version 1.0 and onwards, and under version 2 we now only have 2. We have the front-end website, which is the portal site that we're going to reference, and we have the API. The front-end website, we can change the port that it's hosted on if we wish. The installer will select an available port starting at port 443. If that's not available, it will move on to port 444. If that's not available, then it'll move on to port 44302, which is the one above the API site. So because it's automatically checked to see that port 443 is free and is available, I'm going to just leave it on that port. It'll then show us a summary screen, and that's the end of our configuration work. I'll click Install. So we'll let this install, and then we'll come back at the end. Okay, so that's now finished. You can see that the custom CNAME has been applied here, and if I click on that link, it'll open up the portal on that custom website. Okay, there we go. So we have other videos that walk through first use experience, so I will leave it at this point. If you have any questions, then feel free to contact us on support@patchmypc.com.